Okay, so we're at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg for their Food and Wine Festival in 2025, and we went to the Brazil stand and we got the cordeiro with the spicy mint chutney and the refresher, which is non-alcoholic. So the cordeiro was about 3 slices of lamb. It's not a meal size, but it's enough. It's enough for everyone to have a taste. It was not overpowering. I expected a lot of mint forward, but it was a little more mint and garlic. And then the refresher was limeade and sweetened condensed milk. It was not too sweet. It was actually a little too tart for my youngest, but I loved it. I would give the Cordero a 6 out of 10. It was okay, just not spectacular. The refresher, on the other hand, I think I'm going to try and make this at home. It was very good. We went to the Jamaica stall as well, and we got a Jamaican patty, which is spicy beef stuffed in pastry, served with a coconut jerk dip. And then we also got their non alcoholic refresher, which was ginger limeade. This one came with coconut sauce, and the sauce was very good. The Jamaican beef patty was better than average. The ginger limeade was just kind of average, but it wasn't bad. Jamaican patty was like a solid 7 out of 10. The beef filling was good and spicy, and the pastry was really nice and flaky. So that was great. I think I'm actually going to try and duplicate the ginger limeade at home, but not make it so sweet. Then Poland, and not gonna lie, I am picky about Polish food because I lived there for almost 4 years, so I know what the real stuff tastes like. But we got kolachi cookies and kompot. And plot twist, I've actually never had kompot cold before. I didn't expect a lot from the kolachi cookies. They're always going to be good. They have butter and cream cheese, so duh. But I had one bite and I was like, oh my god, this is the real thing. The consistency of the jam filling was perfect too. So anyway, the compote was interesting. I've never had it cold. I've only had it hot. I lived in Poland back in the 90s. Anyway, the cookies were a solid 10 out of 10. The compote was interesting and it was okay, but 2 out of 10. It just tasted like fruit punch and there were no exciting fruit chunks at the bottom. The China stand is new for 2025 and it did have a whole lot of interesting offerings. So if you don't have good Chinese places around you, it is worth stopping at. But on to the Africa stand, where we got peri chicken served with coconut rice and a puff puff. So the peri chicken was really, really good, and I think I need to duplicate this at home. It's small skewers with like a snack size piece of chicken. There's two of those per portion. And it's got coconut rice that is not too sweet. You can definitely taste the coconut, but it's not overpowering. It also had some, like, I think green onions or chives in there. It was served with something called a puff puff, which was delicious. But if you've ever had fried dough, that's what a puff puff is. So I would give the peri chicken like a solid 8 out of 10. We each got a bite of the chicken and the rice, and that was cool. There was 4 of us. The puff puffs were good. I was content with half a bite because it's fried dough. It's good, but 5 out of 10. On to turkey and mixed reviews. Now, if you do not have any place near you that serves kebabs, this is probably worth a stop if you've never had them. We are spoiled for choice where we are. So we got a doner chicken kebab wrap and a doner beef and lamb wrap and a dessert, which was a chocolate pistachio tea biscuit. And the tea biscuit thing was not the solid winner. The chicken, beef, and lamb wraps tasted delicious, but were spectacularly messy. And unfortunately, the stand is in a place that has zero seating. It's in the middle of Italy. So bring wipes or get a lot of napkins. These things are delicious, but very messy. But if you've never had doner kebab, this is a great way to see, like, do I like this? The chocolate pistachio tea biscuit bar was interesting. It's almost like a mixture of fudge, baklava, and crumbled cookies. It would have been great with a hot cup of coffee, but at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, yeah, no. Then it was on to Hawaii, which is in the wildlife area and had lots of shade. This was actually the third time that my oldest had visited the stand. The loco moco, she said, was absolutely fantastic and not to be missed. So sushi rice with a hamburger patty over it and a slightly Asian flavored brown gravy, and then a fried egg on top of that. So we took her word for it, came back. She got one with no green onions. We got one with green onions. Bob and I split this, and now I know exactly what she's talking about. We are probably adding this to the rotation at home. It's that good. And with it, on an earlier visit, she well, maybe it was my youngest. I can't remember. One of them, or maybe both of them, split something called an ube flavored lemonade, and they agreed that like it wasn't horrible, but it was too sweet, and you could tell that the ube was from a syrup, which makes sense. But the loco moco is absolutely fantastic, and it looks like something that would be pretty easy to duplicate at home. Our last stop when we were getting ready to leave the park and go back home was Virginia, and they had apple crisp and hush puppies, which I was kind of tempted by, but we were full and we only had one ticket left, so we decided to just get the strawberry lemonade, which I was prepared to be totally underwhelmed by. I was really shocked. It was delicious. It was tart. It tasted like real strawberries. It had real strawberries in it, and this is absolutely the sleeper hit. So I think I'll be trying to duplicate this one as well at home. We had a good time at the Food and Wine Festival, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Click like and subscribe if you want, but even if you don't, have a fantastic day.